Please ask us to come close to the net. Sorry, just it will be much easier than you know. No come over here. تعال طبعا بقى more friendly. So today, on track with
What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, about 12:20. 28.
okay. She's generous. She's giving me 2 more minutes. What time do they want?
Whenever you feel like we're done. You got like 3 seconds and then we go.
How about if we say no, maximum would be 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be
Too much.
No,
It's 12:29.
20 minutes. I can't speak more than 20 minutes. You guys don't have attention span more than 20 minutes. So 50, yes, وشوية كده questions ولا حاجة comments على السايد فنقول يعني maximum يبقى ولا حاجة هنقول يعني okay? So keep track. 150 you're gonna stop. Alright. We're gonna use our phones to pull the Bible. And today we are talking. We're gonna read Romans. I'm going to jump straight to chapter 4. Romans 4. Tell you why we're talking about this. Before we do this, let's just talk basics. I know you guys know all of this, so forgive me if I'm being like, going back to like Sunday school. But let's just make sure we get the ground stuff, out of the way. So we have our Bible. Our Bible consists of Old Testament and New Testament, right? How many books in the Bible do we have?
There's a song about this.
أبونا هو elementary بيقعد فين؟ عشان نروح نقعد How many books in the Bible? Huh?
4 or 5. I'm not 4 or 5 here. 4 or 5.
Wait, there's no way.
Yes. Yeah, from Coptic reader, if you go to your Bible, if you go to, so it's all here, right? This is the Bible. It starts from Genesis, Old Testament, then Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the book of Acts, the Philippians, and St. Peter, St. John, and the Revelation. What do we have? How many? A lot. So it's not 4 or 5, right? All right. So we're more than 4 or 5. Yes. 66. Very good.
I'm counting. I'm 57.
وصلت كام؟
57.
لا طب كمل.
No, هي وقفتني على 57.
لا بس لا هو بيقول احنا قلنا 57 النهارده.
66.
66. Very good. So we have the Old Testament and we have the New Testament. The Old Testament is broken down to the first 5 books, which is the book of who? The book of Moses. Moses wrote the first 5 books. Why they are important? Because they have the law. They describe everything that the Jewish people, the chosen people, must do in order to keep that relationship with God. So those are the law. When we talk about Moses' law, or when we broke the law, or why until today you cannot, as a Jewish person, ever have a cheeseburger. Yeah, look at the face, I love it. Because in the book of law, the 5 books of law of Moses describe that you have to have a specific amount of hours between the time you eat dirty products and meat products. They don't mix.
You said dirty and neat.
They're like
They're
junk
right.
food.
Sorry, yes, sorry. So I can't have a cheeseburger, right? Don't have a bacon cheeseburger. That would be a sin to go ask like a kosher restaurant. So I want cheeseburger. That's absolute no. They take the shrimp, they take the other stuff. Where is all this came from? From those 5 books. So first part of the Old Testament is those 5 books of Moses, which is the law. After that, we see different style of books. There is a historical books. There is like First Samuel, Second Samuel, First King, Second King, just tells us the history of the Jewish people and how they lived through kings, through judges, and so on. And then we have poetic books, like Song of Songs, like the things that just songs, where it just like describes the relationship with God. That's poetry. So we have a few of those books. And then we have the prophetic books, prophecies. So we have prophetic books, we have, you guys know how many? That's an easy one. Very close, 40.
Oh.
So there is 7 major prophets and there is 7 minor prophets. So those are 14, that's easy, right? 7 and 7. They talk about the future, like we prophesize about Jesus Christ coming in, prophesizing about the saving, the Savior coming, the Messiah. So these are the prophetic books. 7 major prophets, 7 minor prophets. Easy? What makes a major and minor?
Major about the world. Major maybe about the world.
No, it's actually much more simpler than this. So easy, the most simple thing that you can think of. You need to know the Bible. What? The living of the book. Major prophets, they have bigger books. Minor prophets have smaller books, smaller messages that they do. So anyway, that was like the Old Testament. And then, by the way, we haven't started talking about what we're talking about today. We're just trying to know where is Romans in the Bible. Okay? After we finish the Old Testament, we go into the New Testament. Become gospel.
Joseph.
نبي واحد مرة 5 ها
3
4 الحمد لله العالم نزل كله وبرجع. There's 4.
Finally.
So there's four gospels in the Bible. They tell us the story and the events of the life of Jesus Christ. They have a little bit of different views, but they all share some stories across all of them and some story across 3 of them. Each one has a specific way or vision or tunnel that they focus on. After the 4 Gospels, there is the book of كل يوم ابونا انت بتساعدهم جامد ابونا قوي. الرمسيس ده ايه ده؟ Book of Acts, brother. No. Yes, the book of Acts. The book of Acts tells us the work of the Holy Spirit in the church, in the disciples. So it tells us what the disciples did after Jesus resurrected, starts with the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and then it tells us what happened in day 50, what happened in day 50. So day 40 is the ascension, and day 50 is Pentecost, the Holy Spirit. And then the Holy Spirit starts working in the disciple. So they start going around and start spreading the word, and they start having good days and bad days. Persecution, reaching, and 5,000 people believe. They have, like Stephen dies and get killed, and then he gets St. Paul going to like the earth started like reaching. So it's going up and down, but it tells us the work of the Holy Spirit in the church. That's the book of Acts. I want you to remember one thing today about the book of Acts. Okay, one thing. Chapter 15. So the book of Acts is 28 chapter. Chapter 15, something huge happened. This is the first, the first council. It's the Jerusalem Council. The disciples had this agreement about people coming to Christianity. So they said, Gentiles coming into Christianity, do they have to become Jews and then become a Christian, or can we accept them as Gentile into Christianity directly? What's the difference? Well, the Jewish people lived by the book of the five book of Moses, the law. They haven't been eating cheeseburger. These guys are. These guys are circumcised. These guys are not. So do we need to get them to fast, learn how to fast, learn how to do everything like us, then circumcise them, accept them into Jewish, like as Jewish people, and then accept them to Christianity, or just have them come directly? So they had this council of Jerusalem. Acts chapter 15. Easy? I'm going to ask you for it one of the other times that I'm going to come with better answer. Don't let me down. All right, got it. So Acts chapter 15 is the first council of Jerusalem. Talks about circumcision, accepting Gentiles into the faith. Book of Acts goes more again from chapter 1 to chapter 9, it talks about St. Peter. From chapter 9 to chapter 28, it talks about St. Paul. Right in the middle, chapter 15. لا مش هقولش عليها هو مش في الفضل ده. Yes.
Accepting people to Jewish faith first, or having Christianity, or just directly to Christianity?
Super smart. I don't have to talk about it. Okay. Perfect. So we reached all the way to the book of Acts now. So we started with the Old Testament, all the way to the book of Acts. After the book of Acts, we found 14 books that was written by St. Paul. It's the Pauline epistle. We read it in the liturgy as well. First reading that we do in the liturgy and during the test, it's the Pauline epistle. So there are 14 books. The first one is the book of Romans, which we're talking about here. Okay? I know it's a very, very long introduction, but it's important for us to know where are we in the Bible and why we're reading what we're reading and why the message here it's trying to tell us. We need to know where we came from. All right? Of course, after that, there's a couple more epistles, like St. Peter and St. John, and then the Revelation, the book of Revelation in the Bible as well. But for now, let's take up Romans. So Romans is the first book in the order of the book of the Paulines that was written by St. Paul. So St. Paul went from different place to another place, preaching. And like I said, like in the book of Acts, it was like ups and downs, persecutions, and they get very hurt and upset and everything. And they like get like a very good time of like preaching. And St. Paul would travel a lot. He did 4 big trips, really nice trips, visiting so many towns, preaching, bringing people to Christ, baptizing. Like it was fantastic. So what he used to do is just like us now. You know, you go visit someone, you build that relationship, and then you turn around and go home. What do you do next? Girls do this more, 10 times better than boys. What do they do? You send a text saying thank you for having me, right? Something, right? So that's what St. Paul was doing. He goes visit some place, and then he goes back, and then he hears about problems and things that he gathered when he was on his trip. So he sits down and writes them a letter. Hey, missed you guys. Remember my jacket that I left behind? Say hi to person X. I really miss you. Pay attention to these things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it was important. It was impacting your faith. So, and he sent the letter. Some letters he wrote while he's in jail. Some letters that he wrote while he was on other trips. But the point here is we're trying to know he was talking to the Romans. So the Romans involved, Rome was a very big city, very different than any other letter that he wrote. So it's very powerful, very important, and he's talking to people that coming or living with the Romans, they have that authority in town. So he's trying to talk to them here. And we're not going to start from chapter 1 because there's a whole bunch of introduction, but I want to get to a specific point in chapter 12. So what we're going to do, I know I skipped already with the time and everything, but we're only going to cover 5 verses from the chapter. So hopefully you stay in mind. Marina, can you all see? All right. So Roman, let's start with chapter 12, verse 1, Marcelino. When we read the Bible, we read slowly, and you only read one verse, read it in a way that I can understand you, hear you, and understand what you're reading. Okay?
I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice.
All right, I want you to stop after God. Let's start one piece of the Bible.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God.
He's begging. Simple right here says like, please, just listen. What I'm about to say is very important. And then he says,
That you present your bodies a living sacrifice.
he's saying, take your body, and that is going to be a sacrifice. What I'm about to tell you, and ask you to do with your body, is going to be hard. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be easy. It's a sacrifice. You need to present your body a living sacrifice to God. Wait, keep going.
Wholly acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service.
Perfect. So he just focused on one thing. He said that in order for us to really, like be with God, we need to all be servants. We need to serve. Not Sunday school, not in, that's not what he's saying. He's just saying, just by breathing, just by being here, I owe it to God that I will live my life on earth serving. Okay, verse 2.
And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
If you don't mind reading again, it's not on mine.
And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
All right, so he's saying, like, be careful here. We're not like the other ones out there. Don't be conformed to this world. That's our biggest problem. And that's why every part of the Bible, we find God's spoken to us about the same thing. We're not from this world. We are different. So he's saying, don't be conformed. Don't just do what other people are telling you to do. You are different. When we're fasting, am I gonna try to kind of like hang out with my friends and just gonna have that cheeseburger because it's, like, I'm not gonna stop here and tell them I'm fasting, like we talked about this before, right? Or am I gonna be, brave enough to explain that I am different? As either you guys like Eden before, Eden keeps us like, I'm built different. She plays basketball. It's not fun. What? We are built different. We are the sons of the king. We are the daughters of the king. We are different. So the question is, are we brave enough to walk around and admit it, or are we going to be conformed to this world? So he said, not conformed. He knows that is not easy. It's not easy just to say don't be conformed and just let it go. So he said, do not be conformed, and he think like you look at us and say, okay, how to do that? Then he tells you the answer in the next verse. By
That you may prove what is
Stop. By renewing your mind. I'm still in that same part. So he said, like, I have to change the way I think about things. Things doesn't change here, my actions will not change. It's going to stay the same. So I have to start changing the way that I think about things, the way that I was raised. Very much. So there's some things that I think about today have to be different in order for me to change and not be conformed to this one. Okay? Keep going.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that you may.
That you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
So he said, what I'm asking you to do is the perfect will of God. It's exactly what God has planned for you. And it's a really good plan. In order for us to execute this plan, we need to change the way that we think and don't be conformed to this world. Okay. Next.
For I say through the grace given to me, to everyone who is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, as God has dealt to each one a measure of faith.
But this is the most important part here. Don't think of yourself highly than what you ought to do. Meaning, I could be the best basketball player. I could be the best engineer out there. I could be the best anything that I do. God is not telling you not to be your best. He's not telling you not to succeed. He's just saying, when you succeed, remember, I gave you this. So that comes to me. But if you start thinking like, I'm all this, I'm all that, your head's going to start getting bigger. Right? So he's saying, don't do that. So don't think of yourself higher than what you think. Put your others, put your friends, put your brothers, sisters ahead of you. Don't try to come in and take the front seat. Take the back seat. Have somebody else tell you to come over. Don't think that, oh, I know it all. So you're having a conversation with your friend, it's like, yeah. No. Listen, let's learn how to listen. Learn how to build this relationship. And it starts from that. What's it?
I'm just keeping.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Verse 4.
For as we have many members in one body, but all the members do not have the same function.
Okay. So I'm going to try to wrap up at that verse. And he's pretty much saying each one of us have a gift, or 2, or 3, or 4. Use your gifts, but this is your gift. It's different use. All 3 are very important. Without my ears, I'm not going to hear. Without my eyes, I'm not going to see. Without my fingers, I cannot touch. I cannot hold. So one by itself is weak, but together we're strong. So I want you to think of a gift, whatever if it's yours or something, and give me examples of gifts that God gives us as human. So it doesn't have to be personal. I don't want to put you in the spot. But let's go around. Give me one thing that a gift that God might have given someone.
The gift of knowledge.
Knowledge. Some people are very, very knowledgeable, right? You ask them any question, they're Google, right? But on the fly, on the spot. They have the knowledge. Patience. Patience. Some people can wait for you until the end of the world, until you finish, and you're very patient, that you can take the anger and whatever the reasons that they have with other people. So you kind of like, have that long time to kind of observe others.
Intelligence.
Intelligence. So it's close to knowledge, but intelligence, like some people are very, very smart. They can figure things out for us.
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness. This is so good. Okay. Forgiveness. Some Some of us are having a really hard time letting go. If somebody did me wrong and whatever, it's really hard for me to forgive. The Bible tells us as much as you can, make peace with everyone. So forgiveness is very important. If we have somebody that's easy, we can just let go and forget what happened. That's a very nice thing to have. Gina.
Love.
Love. There are some people, they're just pure loving people. Doesn't matter what's going on in the world, they just don't know. No matter what happened, what came from you. That's a very good one. Yes. It could be riding bikes, it could be swimming, it could be sports, it could be anything. So we have a skill set here of using the same word at different times.
It's different.
That's a skill.
I know.
Now look it up in the dictionary.
You were talking about.
Probably like going out and just like work.
So they said a couple things. He said socializing, reaching, and
Good job.
right? What else? I'm trying to think from what you said.
Hard work.
Social skills. Hard work.
Yeah, social skills and working, and hard working. Yes. So those are very good. Yes. What else?
I said,
Talent.
talent.
Specific talent or general?
Generally.
General talent. Some people are very talented and so on. So yes, so all of this is good. And all of these are the things that God gave us. Marcelino, you want to say something before
You were saying earlier about like pride, not to be like too prideful or like this arrogant, I guess. But in the Bible, it says like there's a good amount of it, but they use a different word. I can't remember what word it was. It was still speaking on pride. It was like there's a good amount of pride and then a bad amount of pride, but it used a different word.
That's good. All right. So here's the thing. I like what Marcelino is saying because it's going to bring us to part of what we're going with the whole message. The point is, I need to know that I have this gift. I need to discover it. I need to ask God to make my gift more clear to me, so I can use it for His glory. But the Bible also says, don't deny it. Like it's not unless I'm very too humble that I'm going to deny my gift and deny the use of my gift. I was talking to someone who was telling me that my gift is singing in a choir. Okay, that's very important. You can be like, oh, I'm so humble or I'm shy and I'm not going to sing. I know I have a good voice and that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it because I'm, like don't want my head to be big. That's the balance that you're talking about. It's like, I know I have it. I know I can use it. I don't have an ego. I'm not so, take pride in what I do so much. That's my head is so big that nobody else should say I'm the only one who should have the money. That's the balance. Okay? But I want us to put all of this together. Is any one of you guys have all the skills that we just talked about? All the gifts that we talked about? Maybe you'll be like Superman. It's great, right? But together, if we put these talents together, all the skills together, we're very, very strong. We're really good unit. We're one unit. And that's what I want to drive here today. Again, I know.
What you're saying.
Yes. So read the question.
So we being many are one body in Christ and individually members of one another.
So we're one body. Christ is the body. We are different members of that body. Together, we're very united. Again, I'm really encouraging guys. This chapter is awesome. If you get a chance to read it, Romans 12. It's really beautiful. But what it's trying to tell us is, in our relationship, in our church, youth, people, if each one of us working with his own little bubble, we're very good. Christ is weak. Because that body is not functioning properly. But if we work together and each one knows his role, knows what he can do, what he can add to that value to our community, then we're a stronger body, we're stronger. Christ is being glorified more in us. So that's great. But as a youth, what can we do with this? Why this whole thing is important for us? Okay, I know I have some time, I know I think someday I heard this word, but now.
Use your talent to glorify God.
By yourself,
No,
with a
get
group,
all the parts involved.
get the old parts involved.
That's
Very
hard.
good.
Just like you
But
said,
you
the
can only,
youth-
like you said, you can only control this, like each thing
Yes.
has a different function, so you can only control this part.
Yeah.
So how do you get the,
exactly, that's hard.
Very good. And this is the problem that I'm seeing. To be honest with you, I'm gonna be blunt a little bit. Sorry, we're not on camera, that's okay. When I came the first time, I saw maybe 25 to 30 youth that was here. Today, I'm seeing 7. Today is the
It was a mix between high school and college.
Okay.
Now it's separating.
The point I'm trying to do, we can be in our own bubbles. We can have Gina and Marina working on something. We can have Marcelino and Michelle working on something. And they attend X, Y, and Z. They go to X, Y, and Z. But we're not one unit.
Right.
We're not like, yes, okay, we have a youth meeting in the church. We all need to be here. Okay, it's hard. Because I'm a pinky, but not, a brain, whatever. So how can we make that happen? So can we together work on finding ways based on our gifts that God gives us to encourage others to be that way? What can I do to break the ice between me and the rest of the youth that donate that? They doing their own thing, and I'm doing my own thing. Everybody's in its own corner. What can we do? How can I use my gifts to help break that cycle? Make it happen.
Preaching, talk to them, tell them, hey, why don't you join in? Basically, come, we have like such and such, we can do like certain activities, or then let's have like a talk or something like a Bible study.
Beautiful. So more like marketing to what we do in the meetings, marketing what we have here and speak up about it. I like that. If you can do that, that would be fantastic.
It's more motivation though. The people themselves have to be motivated to want to do it themselves. For like no one else, we can go and tell people every day, there's a youth meeting, there's this. Oh, even sometimes Abuna will come and tell people, hey, there's this. Just like you saw today, Abuna in front of the entire congregation said that there's a youth meeting, we're going to meet up at 12:15. But nobody came.
Right.
It's all motivation. It's not just motivation too. It could just be like people just don't straight up just don't want to come. And that also starts with like stuff that goes on at home.
it's not,
So you can, you cannot put a couple of things here. So let me understand before you comment about
my comment is like a little more general than what he's saying, but it's a problem that has like 20 different problems around it. Yeah. So it's not just, so like I said, if you have the functions of this and this are so different that you gotta
connect with us.
yeah, you gotta work your way up to that.
Okay.
It's like there's so much to do. So I feel like you just have to basically encourage this. Get yourself solid, get yourself right. Have the right things be important to you, and then one by one, I feel like there could be like a domino effect. But if you're trying to like do all this,
But something has
a
to be
wolf is always gonna get a sheep.
If it fights up.
Yeah, if it's by itself, but it's like, why not teach everyone to be a lion? It's like, is what I'm
No,
saying.
we're trying to say let's be a flock instead of just a sheep by itself.
But even you can plug people out from a flock, it doesn't matter. If someone is not, there are other factors, there are other forces outside of church.
100%.
So if someone is not strong enough to deal with them, it's irrelevant.
Okay.
Whether or not you're by yourself or on a flock, like, that could be even more dangerous than to have someone who's weak-minded and adopt something that's not right, and then they spread the disease amongst others. It's kind of a harsh reality. I honestly didn't know we were talking about it, but
That's okay.
that's really my opinion on it. If you need, like, people need to know what their yeses and their nos are. You need to be strong-minded.
You're saying, let me just repeat what you said, so I make sure.
I did say a lot.
Right? So, you're saying if someone is out there, or part of our group it's not here because they don't have the same mindset or beliefs.
They don't find the same things important.
Same thing is important, just let them be. Keep them there until they know that they can come.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I'm not saying ignore them. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying is you have to tell them, you have to challenge them. Like someone who basically has a certain behavioral pattern, they typically surround themselves with people who have the same behavioral pattern. So what you could do is you could invite them in. You can invite them in. And you can tell them, hey, this is what you like. This is what it's like over here if you want to have this one. Or if these are the things you find important. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but if you like it better over here than you like it better over there, then there are things required.
Okay.
It's not like following someone on Instagram.
I think I got it.
Like there's a respect to it.
So I want to take this and I want you to talk about my thing. Okay?
No.
I'll talk about that.
No.
Jordan may not like to come to church. It's like, I don't like it. It's so long. It's I don't know what you guys saying. I don't like doing it. I can say, okay, I mean, you can come to church if you like it. This is how we do things. You stay, but if you don't like it, don't come again. If I think that mentality, that mindset, I will stop. Because she's going to make a decision based on her view. Okay? You can challenge me if you don't like what I'm saying, but this is reality. This is reality. I have to push her a little bit. I have to explain things a little bit. I have to find things to attract her to come and market the church to her.
This is where I have a question.
Yep.
So who are you pandering to?
Not you guys.
No. Who are you marketing to?
I'm marketing to anyone that's not here today.
So what about the ones that are here?
I love them. I love you guys. This is you guys already did the big milestone of consistency. You're here. I told you that outside the other day, right? Or even that. First couple times I was coming, I was thinking to call you guys and said, like, hey, I'm gonna be in the church tomorrow. I'd love to see you. Second time, third time, I didn't even have to think about it. I know I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna see you guys in the liturgy. I'm gonna see you guys in the youth meeting. You guys already put the effort, you're already here. You're in the house. What we're talking about today is, okay, this is us, this is our mindset, this is our group, this is our mentality, this is the way. If it's good and we like it and we feel it's really good, and that's why we believe in it, that's why we're here. If something is so good, don't I want to go around and tell people to come see how great this is? That's all I can say. Your role is to spread the word, to market out. Because I have something really good here. You're missing out. This is good. And then the second part of it, what if we can make it better? You're here, you're gathered, okay, great. Maybe you don't have enough events. Maybe you need a different flavor of events. Maybe you need to flavor it differently. It's your home, it's your meeting, it's your youth. You are the youth of the church. So all I can ask you is start taking ownership of the youth. Start taking ownership of the circle. I was just in Marseille. I was yesterday hanging out with the VCU folks in Williamsburg, right? And it was great. You see, the VCU and ODU, and we're doing this sort of event together. Whatever that came out there, it wasn't about ice skating. It was about the fellowship. So now, not all the VCU people.
Oh, sorry, I got it.
That was a Coptic society, I think.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. So, it's about that. It's about like, I have something good and I want to serve. It's about like, let's get together and do something. It's the fellowship that matters, not what we're doing as activities or whatever. Sometimes these things that you can break the ice by having those kind of things. But I'm not telling you to go and force someone to like, oh, you gotta come here, still do what you do, and not just, like let's be a unit. Let's be the youth of the church. That concept. And I think we may see it at the beginning as it's really hard to make happen. But I think if we are like full inside us and satisfied with what we're doing, it will become much easier to talk about. I have a feeling you want to say a lot.
I will not.
Okay.
Maybe just me and you.
We can have absolutely. We can talk about it a little bit more. Because to be honest with you, like we go to many churches. We serve a lot of people and maybe youth. And we see different like atmosphere and problems and challenges.
That's exactly what atmosphere.
Absolutely. But all what I'm saying today is just change your mind. Remember the verse that we said. We need to start changing our mind so we can do things. And St. Paul is telling us today that it will hurt. We will put your body as a sacrifice for Christ, which is your service. So if that's your service, that's your mission, what God is calling you to do, is to build that youth league, to bring more youth in, make sure that we grow this, where we have one as a unit, one body of Christ, and that is your service. It's going to hurt. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but we got to put the effort. We got to try to think a little bit out of the box. We're going to have to take a little bit of more like leadership role in making this happen. There will be challenges, and then we'll talk about a lot of stuff like here or offline or different times. But at least I just wanted to build that seed in there. Any comments? Share that. No, it was just meant to kind of just open up the idea, not necessarily solving it. There's no way you can solve it. It may take a year, may take years, who knows? But I feel that I do see right in this room, the church, really, really strong gifts in people that not being 100% without looking at anyone specific. I've seen the loving people. I've seen the funny. I've seen the smart. I've seen the social. I've seen a lot that can do so much impact if it gets used the right way.
Can I add something just really quick? I think one of the most important things for the youth is to learn how to accept the other as he is. Not rejection, not to criticize, not to point at the bad points, because every one of us has his unique ones and his good ones. So we need to accept the other. And as a church, as Botros just said, we need to get flavor in things that get the use of. But it's on you to take the first initiative and come to church as we need to encourage one another. We need to look at what's our ultimate goal. You see now young youth, kids, even get cancer, and they are gone. We have to keep this in that mind. What I want to be, where am I from the church? I mean, the life is here. You can have fun outside, enjoy your life outside. At a certain point, if you think happiness is just hanging out someplace, happiness is fooling around, drinking, partying, is high. All these pressures are so temporary. It's like, and I'm sorry to say that if I get into these kind of events, I will pay for it. So maybe we need to accept one another because I'm here in this church for 5 or 6 years now, and there is this like division in our groups. That's bad. We need to work on that. That's true. And as God said, we are a member of Christ. If we are together, working together, wow. You guys are the friends of the church. The church will be built on you. So you need to do your part. You need to serve. Let's make a commitment. I have to do something for me and for others.
Can I add something small? One about permission. I believe, I know it's may not be public yet, but I believe that the next Alpha and Omega's event is here.
كنت لسه عايز اقول
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Wonderful.
It's I believe it's January 29th.
Cool.
It's Saturday, which will put a lot of responsibility on us to host, where the youth are hosting this time.
Cool.
Meaning, to work, for programs are in heaven. From singing prayers to food to basketball to whatever entertainment and things for the youth. The youth of the church is the one responsible for this. It's an opportunity. And I have no doubt that Michelle can do it by himself. And Marcelino can do it by himself. And Marina can do it by herself. We do it together, it will be cool. Just think about that as one of the opportunities that